Hey everybody, it's Ray, and it's time for a
Diona Special!
I hope you've all enjoyed getting stuck into the new event. So today we're going to take a closer look at one of the event rewards, the 4-star cryo bow user, Diona. Honestly, I was more excited about Diona when she was first released back in 1.1 than Child himself, but I'm always hyped for more cryo characters. So let's have a closer look at what this one's all about. Diona is a member of the cat's line lineage, meaning she has inherited some feline features. I'm sure you've already noticed the ears and the tail. She is the daughter of Springvale's headhunter, Draff, and bartender at Monstadt's Catstail Tavern. Diona is quite the popular mixologist despite her hatred for alcohol and her mission to bring down the Monstadt wine industry. No matter what she makes or how creative and, quite frankly, foul the ingredients are, if it's her paws on the shaker, it'll come out perfect every time. Version 1.5 saw the release of Diona's first Hangout chapter with 5 possible endings, so you can get to know Diona a little better. I love these events as we get more characterization and some story behind the characters we don't get to meet in the main quests. For a limited time, Diona will be available as a reward for the Energy Amplifier event. As a 4-star character, she's available on all of the banners, and every now and again there'll be an increased chance to collect her from the event wish. If you're planning on making Diona a staple of your team, you're going to need a few extra ingredients. It's time to gather up some cryo crystals and hoarfrost cores from the cryo Regisvine, pick calla lilies by the lakes, and pinch some arrows from the Hillachel shooters. You'll also need books of freedom, more arrows, and to gather some shards of foul legacy at the Golden House. Any more Diona wishes you collect will be converted to her Stella Fortuna and will light up her constellation Felice, the cat constellation, and giving Diona some pretty handy power-ups along the way. So let's have a closer look at what Diona can do. Diona's basic attack, Cat's Line style, shoots 5 consecutive arrows with her bow. Like all archers so far, a charged attack is a more precise aimed shot. While aiming, a biting frost will accumulate on the arrowhead, and a fully charged arrow will deal cryo damage. Diona can also fire off a shower of arrows in midair before falling and striking the ground, dealing AoE damage upon impact. Her elemental skill is called Icy Paws. Diona will shoot Icy Paws, dealing cryo damage and forming a shield. The shield scales off of HP and lasts depending on how many Icy Paws hit their mark. There are 2 ways to use this skill. A press of the button will quickly shoot 2 Icy Paws. Holding the skill button will cause Diona to dash backwards and fire off 5 Icy Paws, and the shield created will have a 75% damage absorption bonus. Her first Ascension passive, Cat's Tail Secret Menu, means that any character shielded by Icy Paws have their movement speed increased by 10% and their stamina consumption decreased by 10%. Her second constellation, Shaken, not Purred, increases Icy Paws' damage by 15% and its shield damage absorption by 15%. And when paws hit their target, it will create a shield for other nearby characters on the field for 5 seconds. It will have 50% of the original shield's damage absorption. Her fifth constellation, Double Shot,
On the rocks!
gives an additional 3 talent levels to Icy Paws. Diona's elemental burst is called Signature Mix. Diona tosses out a special cold brew, dealing AoE cryo damage and creating the Drunken Mist. The mist will deal continuous cryo damage to opponents in its AoE and regenerate the health of your team inside the mist too. Her second Ascension passive, Drunkard's Farce, means that any opponents who enter the AoE of Signature Mix have a 10% decreased attack for 15 seconds. Her first constellation, A Lingering Flavour, regenerates 15 energy for Diona after the effects of Signature Mix end. Her burst has a high energy cost, so this constellation is pretty helpful. Her third constellation, Another Round, gives Signature Mix an additional 3 talent levels. For her fourth constellation, Wine Industry Slayer, Diona's charge time for aim shots is reduced by 60% when standing within Signature Mix's mist. And for her final constellation, Cat's Tail Closing Time, Signature Mix's mist will give an additional buff to the characters standing within its mist based on their HP. Any characters equal to or below 50% health will gain a 30% incoming healing bonus boost. And characters above 50% health will have their elemental mastery increased by 200. Diona's final passive talent that is in effect as soon as she joins the team is called Complementary Bar Food. When perfect cooking is achieved on a restorative dish, there's a 12% chance to receive double the product. When cooking the revival dish Monstadt Grilled Fish, there's a chance she'll create her signature dish, definitely not bar food, instead. This dish will restore a greater amount of health than the original product. So, let's have a closer look at the Diona on my account. I have unlocked all of her constellations and have upgraded all of her talents to level 6, with some boosts from her constellations. I have unlocked 5 of her ascension levels, and she's currently at level 70 with level 5 friendship. My current weapon of choice for Diona is the sacrificial bow. I do plan to switch her with another bow eventually, as the weapon passive could be more useful somewhere else. I might give her the Windbloom Ode or the Favonius Warbow, but I'll wait to see what new bows are released when we head to Inazuma. For artifacts, I have a 2-piece instructor set and a bit of a mix otherwise. My current build is with a HP timepiece, an attack percent cup, and an elemental mastery headpiece. I've actually only just switched in the Summer Knight's mask in place of a 4-star Guardian's band with the same stat. I haven't really paid much attention to Diona's artifacts recently, as she isn't my main healer of choice at the moment, but I am planning on tagging her in once I max out my current healer's friendship, so I'll be switching these up. I want to get my hands on another piece of Maiden's Beloved to increase her healing, and maybe another piece of the Retracing Bowline set. Diona can fulfill a few different roles for your team. She can be your ranged fighter, bring the shields, and be your team's healer. Of course, the perfect partner for Diona is D-Luke.
D-Luke? Oh, I can't stand him.
Okay, maybe not. Let's see some other options. If you get everyone on the current banner, this team is built around shields. Having Noelle and Zhongli activates the Georesonance Enduring Rock, increasing shield strength and damage output of characters protected by shields. Although this team doesn't have a huge range of options when it comes to elemental reactions, it does have a good mix of different weapon classes. The shield should be enough to keep your team from harm, but Diona's burst can damage and debuff enemies, as well as keeping your team's health up if you get caught between shields. If you want to make use of the Cryo-Resonance Shattering Ice, increasing the team's crit rate against opponents that are frozen or affected by cryo by 15%, among the 4-stars you'll have some great options for teammates. Every player will have Kaya, and if you're just starting out, he's a great option for your damage dealer. If you picked up Rosaria on the last banner, there's another great option for a damage dealer. Chongyun could also fit into a team with Diona, but unlike the other two, how well this pairing works would depend on who else you use to complement the team. If you are new to the game without many character choices, Kaya will be the perfect option for activating Shattering Ice, and you can team the two of them up with Lisa and Barbara. Now I know you don't really need 2 healers, but if Barbara is your only Hydro character, she'll be your best pick for the freeze reaction. Having an Electro character in the team to mix with Cryo will trigger Superconduct, which reduces enemies' physical resistance to attacks, allowing Kaya and Diona to do more damage with their basic attack. If you have a few more choices, you can try out a mix of Diona, Rosaria, Fischl, and Sucrose. Again, this team will activate the Shattering Ice Resonance and boost the team's crit rate. I've picked another Electro character here, as Fischl's elemental skill will keep up the Electro attacks, allowing Rosaria or Diona to do more damage with their basic attack. Sucrose's Swirl is not only a powerful attack in itself, but it also spreads the other elements to more targets. The more targets affected by Cryo, the more chances to get those critical hits and Superconduct. So, for our final thoughts on Diona. Is anyone else catching 70s vibes from her character design, or is it just me? I'm loving some of the more subtle feline touches to her outfit. Diona has a lot of character, and she has some of the funniest voice lines both in and out of battle. I think she's going to be a great character to have in co-op with her shielding and healing abilities, and I think her elemental attacks are really interesting because they have a nice balance of being cute and fitting the character, but are also versatile and useful. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a kitty emoji in the comments. Don't forget to bop that subscribe button if you'd like to see more. Up next, we're going to clean up this banner and take a closer look at Noelle. But until then, see you next time.
Time to destroy the wine industry.